seems that I am recording perfectly. All right, well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining today for the final session of the SCF 11 candidate pitches. My name is Anke Leeuw, and I'm a program manager at the Stellar Development Foundation on the ecosystem team. And I also lead the execution and strategy of the Stellar Community Fund for what you're all here for. But if anyone here is new or is invited, SCF, what's that? So the SCF is an open application grant program that gives out up to 24 million XLM, which is Stellar native currency, every year to Stellar-based projects and businesses and developers building on Stellar. And this is all based on community input. So we actually carry out so the SCF is carried out biannually, and we have a few different phases of each round. So we already finished the submission, and we actually had two phases of candidate selection, and we are now in the community discussion phase, where the selected candidates have the opportunity to present and interact with the community at large, to answer questions, receive feedback. And this, the bootcamp, like last year, was part of this, but also the candidate pitches that we have right now. And after this will be the community voting phase, where verified community members can vote on which candidates they want to see grow in the ecosystem. So today we are actually in the SCF 11th, the 11th round already. It's crazy how fast things go. There will be a pool amount of 8 million XLM. We received 152 submissions, and 50 candidates were selected to participate. So for our last session today, we have an amazing lineup of speakers that you can see here on my right: Kronos Pay, Cash Abroad, Mobile Asset Tracking, Manila, Wally, Mpouch, BTF Platform, Elsa Wallet, and MythForge. And each of these teams will have 5 minutes for a presentation where they highlight their solution, their core abilities, their features, and most importantly, also how they use Stellar and fit in with the ecosystem. Then after that, you as Stellar community member will have 5 minutes to ask them questions, to give feedback. You know, there's even these like emojis on Discord. You know, you can show some support. So that's great. And some guidelines here to watch so each of these teams are going to present their own screen. So to watch their screen, you actually need to click on it in Discord and exit when they finish. And only members with the candidates SCF 11 and verified member role are able to unmute themselves. So if you don't have this role, please use this chat box or just ask me ahead of time to be unmuted. Then please be kind and supportive to your fellow competitors. Any inappropriate behavior and not in the best interest or spirit of the SCF will not be tolerated. If time's up, feel free to leave any feedback in the candidate's individual project posts in SCF 11, the SCF 11 forum channel. Oh, this is for my next slide. All right, well, that's it. Let me stop sharing my screen. And then, without further ado, our first candidate that will present today is Kronos Pay. So, and I believe we have, let me double check the list here. We have Matthias here from Kronos Pay.
Here,
do you want to unmute yourself and share your screen?
Yeah, yes. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I try to share now. You can see my screen?
Yes, I can see it. Perfect. Yes, I see your Kronos Pay borderless payment now. Take it away.
Okay. Thank you, Anke. Thank you, all the community of Stellar. We are Kronos Pay. I'm Matthias Plano. I'm a co-founder and CTO of Kronos Pay. I have an exit in 2019 with a platform for certification of documentation in education and also health, based on Ethereum blockchain. I am the Global Blockchain Business Council ambassador from Latin America. And Patricia is also a co-founder and CEO and have 20 years experience in the bank traditional system like Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, and Citi. What is Kronos? Kronos is a digital payment tool who facilitates international payment for remote workers, contractor, and freelancer in both their local currency and fiat and cryptocurrency. It also provides an invoicing system to that the freelancer and the contractor can send invoice to their employees. What are the numbers we are looking for? We have 34 billion market size in Latin America for this kind of payment. And in Latin America, we have 70% of the population unbanked, and today the 58% of the point of sale is still in cash. There is a wide range of opportunity with the different kind of solution like ours. What is the challenger we have? Here is a simple example of Martin. He's a freelancer working in Argentina and sell his service to a team. He's a contractor in US. All this normal when the Martin works to team, but the problem is come when they need to make the payment. Normally, the contractor in US or another abroad countries use PayPal, Pioneer, or Skrill. But the problem, like we speak in other side, in South America, 50% of the 70%, sorry, of the population is unbanked, and they need a cash account to make the cash out. And what is the problem? People need a bank account to make the cash out, and they have also high fee, have a restriction alternative to make the cash out, and normally they don't know where is the status of each transaction. Kronos Pay is come to solve this issue. And here we have a demo of our solution. In this side, we have a Martin, the freelancer. He's have the MacBook, and this is Tim. He's a contractor, he used a desktop. And here, this is the Kronos Pay platform. And here is a small video to show how Martin make the payment request, fill all the information to make a request. This is a software develop and make 500 USDC or USD to make the payments, to request the payment. Here I have also all the information to make the confirm. And here they send using WhatsApp or an alternative message to Tim to make the payment. He have the payment in the bank, and here in the platform, they make a pop-up to see all the details of the payment he received. We make an automatic swap between USD and USDC. And here you have all the information of all the transaction. But what can do Martin with this USD or USDC? They can swap to RSX. RSX is our native one-to-one stablecoin with the pesos Argentinian, and make a swap. When they make a swap, they have the alternative to stay in USDC or use that RSX to make a bank transfer to a local bank account. Now you can see he puts send, go to bank transfer, fill all the information of the local bank account, make a confirmation of all the data, and click confirm, and all set. Here is a sample of what the things we make, the solution. We make a cash-in with the ACH or wire. We create a USD account. We make an automatic swap between USD and USDC. We manage all the invoices. We have a reporting of all the transaction, and we have the possibility to make a cash out in local currency using MoneyGram, bank account, ATM, and crypto payment. Here is all the suite of Kronos. We have all the solution like you see, and also we have an API to use all this information. These are all our technology partner. We are very close to the regulation and all the KYC, AML, and KYB system. We are integrated with Inclusive, Jumio, Wordsys, and a different kind of anchor, like with the Brazil, Argentinian, and US. And why we use Stellar? Because the payment is a payment protocol concept, and we are very aligned for that. We have low fee, it is fast, it's a green blockchain, and have a great community. Thank you.
Awesome. Perfect time as well. Great. Are there any questions for Matthias from Corona's Pay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So can you onboard user from the US to make payment requests, or is it only from LATAM to the US?
It's both sides. So sorry, you heard me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's both sides because we have a KYC provider. They can make onboarding from US people, companies, and US people in South America and company also.
Okay, but the payout will always be in LATAM, right? Not in the US.
Sorry again?
The payout will always be the off-ramp. It will always be in LATAM, right? Not in the US.
Yeah, we have both alternative. The use case I showed to him, or I show now, is the way to make a cash out in South America because it's one of the biggest issues we have. But also you can make a cash out via ACH or MoneyGram in US if you want.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amazing. Any more questions? Don't be shy and feel free to unmute. In the meantime, I'll have a question. Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I've come in a bit late, so I apologize. But on distributing these apps, what is your plan for increased user base?
Okay, we are working hard in a community of gig economy in South America. That and the contractor. We have two like a point to work. One is the community of the freelancer and all the people in Latin American country. They need to work abroad to have more stability of the income. And for the other side, we work close with a contractor in US. They have already people who work with him to make payrolls. We work in that two ways. How we work there. We are working a very deep community using Discord, Telegram, and another alternative ways to make a community to know what the things they need to have a solution. Normally in South America, the people who work for a company like US or contractor, they have two issues, like I explained. One is the problem they don't have bank account to receive the money. And the other one is the local currency is very, they lost money when you have a local currency. And normally they need to work with the abroad to have a good income. And with this solution, we try to avoid the two solutions. One of to create a bank account, and the other one is the people from LATAM have an alternative to use or have income in USDC or USD.
Great. Okay, thank you. And let me see, Matthias, time's up, but another Matthias Walt, has asked a question in chat. Would you be able to answer it there? And then we can go on to our next candidate.
Oh, sorry, I don't see the chat.
It's in the right-hand corner of the... yeah, you see it now?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, feel free to answer the question there. And then we actually will go on to our next candidate, cash abroad. Cash Abroad. Would you mind unmuting yourself? And thank you so much, Matthias, for your presentation.
Thank you, Anki. Thank you for all the team. See you.
All right. Yes, Ruth, I can see your screen.
Hello, can you hear me, Anki?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Awesome. Take it away.
Okay, great. So, hi everyone. My name is Ruth Hidalgo. I am CEO and co-founder of Cash Abroad, a B2B cross-border payment solution for the LATAM macro region, which consists of 33 countries right now. So, according to EY, $156 trillion is the total amount of the cross-border payment market, from which 98% is just for B2B and B2C cross-border payments. And this is growing at a 30% compound annual growth rate. This presents a massive opportunity for improvement. Why? Where? Here we have Amanda, who thinks she will finally get paid, but it's such a pain to receive that payment. And then we have Jose, who usually uses PayPal or Payoneer, but his costs are often retained. And finally, Armando, who finds it hard to be competitive in an international landscape due to all the fees, exchange rates, and hidden fees that he has to pay. So, the current landscape for cross-border B2B payments is 6.2% average fee, 3 to 5 business days without counting the retentions, and a challenging experience for crypto solutions with a high learning curve. So, how do we facilitate crypto payments for businesses in general? Well, we present Cash Abroad, a B2B cross-border payment solution. Here, we can see Amanda sending in her fiat currency US dollars, $3,000 to Braulio, who receives it in Mexican pesos in his bank account. And how it works from behind is that we do an on and off ramp through the different anchors of the Stellar network. We are currently custodial, looking to be non-custodial in the future. So here is the demo. Let's look at the demo. By the way, this is a pre-filled form for the purpose of the demo. We are in the prototyping stage and about to start our beta. So in here you can see that you have the details of the person who is going to send the money. You can also select what is your payment type. You also type that, and then you add your recipient. You can also put in there where do they want to receive it. By the way, this is a one-time onboarding process. Okay, so Cash Abroad is also legally compliant and secure with KYB and anti-money laundering protocols with a PCI DSS Level 1 partner, Spritly. And we have a layer of business functionalities that facilitate how you run your company. So for example, mass payments, this is outstanding for paying employees, contractors, suppliers, or vendors abroad. By the way, this was the screen of our functionality during the Stellar Bootcamp, where we got to design it in detail, test it, and improve it. And we also have automatic payments. So how often and when do you require your payments to be made? You can automate them by date, by type, or by person, or even by how much money do you have currently. So you can also do request payments, import your transaction, and add roles to approve or pre-approve the payments. Here is the team. And together we have a combined experience developing and launching digital products, specifically for B2B and enterprise markets. We also have experience in pricing transfer and other payment apps. And with Cash Abroad, we are candidate right now, of course, of the Starter Community Fund number 11, previously of the Starter Community Fund number 10. We were also finalists in the TechStars Startup Weekend with a Stellar Hackathon back on April in Mexico City. And we just finished a 4-month program where we were selected by the first blockchain incubator in LATAM College, which was formerly called Blockchain Academy Chile. And here is also the rest of the team. So we want to leave you with this. if it is so easy to send money between all the Latam region, and it should be as easy as to say hello between us. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Ruth. That was a great presentation. I can't believe how much also how much progress you made since last time, because I remember you were also last time in candidate pitches, and this time it's crazy to see how much progress you made, and also in the bootcamp. So congrats to that. Definitely pat yourself on the back. Great.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Don't be shy.
Hey, okay. I have a question, quick question, since I managed to put my mic back to life. So what will be the difference between this solution and the one we saw previously with ChronosPay?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch the question.
What would be the value proposition from cash abroad in comparison to what we just saw with ChronosPay?
Okay, so cash abroad will focus mainly on all the functionalities for B2B. We also want to prepare with the anchors in Stellar for all the money that is, sorry, I don't have the word, that is paid cross-border. So for example, a business usually gives credit to their vendors. And as I am seeing right now with ChronosPay, they're mainly focused on B2C market, which is mostly a market which is from other cross-border payments, like $1.2 trillion. But the rest of that is for B2B. We want to focus mainly on big cross-border payments. So for more enterprise products, and that's why we are developing these functionalities so that they can automate, but also handle lots and lots of groups of people for you to pay. For example, yes, you can pay, for example, vendors, but you can pay, for example, suppliers from different industries, such as a product or consumer goods industries. So we are mainly focusing on that.
Any other questions, comments? So I have a question. So you mentioned you had developed a particular feature in the bootcamp. What is that feature, and what does it enable you to do now?
Yeah, well, actually, the feature is all the automatization of the mass payment solution. So we wanted to do it in a way that you can use it on desktop, but that you can handle it also on your mobile phone. So, I mean, I don't have time to show you, but mainly what you can see is that you can pay directly to crypto or through fiat, but in the end, you can decide whether the recipient can keep using that on the same network, right? Because we know that the liquidity part is the main challenge. So we want to incentivize that through different automations from the recipient part to the automation part. So what we tested this product or this prototype with 5 different type of business, mainly right now agencies. One of them is does businesses with China. And well, we got some feedback on how we can improve it. Mainly the what they say to us was we still have to do a little tweaks there in the typo that make it more clear. So yeah, it was a great experience in the bootcamp because of the time we had, that pushes us to actually test it very quickly.
That's great to hear. All right, I think we're up on questions, but I think there are some questions also in the chat. You might want to take a look. I'm not sure they're directed to you, but So thank you so much, Ru, for that presentation. That was great progress. We are ready for our next candidate to present, which is Mobility Asset Tracking, or ASAC. ASAC, do I say that right? Is that the correct pronunciation?
Thank you, Anke. It's actually ASAC.
ASAC. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Well, feel free to share your screen and get started.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Anke. Are you able to see this?
Yes, I can see it. Take it away.
Okay, perfect. So hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present here. My name is Anthony Leontiv. I'm the CTO and co-founder of ASAC. ASAC is building a global digital bank for entrepreneurs. We're starting with asset financing for the mobility sector in Africa, and right now our core product is motorcycle loans for taxi drivers. We also provide additional financial services to those drivers, and so we'll be getting more into that. But to kind of back up a bit, the problem that we're going after as a company is addressing this massive credit gap for African entrepreneurs, and specifically in asset financing. As an example, only 2% of Africans across the continent own a vehicle compared to something like 90% or more here in the US. So there's a huge gap there. That's a $40 billion annual revenue opportunity that's growing at 60% year over year. And so to meet this need, we at ASAC have been hard at work over the last 3 years, operating in Uganda, soon expanding to Kenya, so East Africa in general. But so far, we've put over 6,000 motorcycles on the road with a total loan volume above 10 million and a default rate of just 6%. Our portfolio is growing really quickly. We have multiplied revenue 4 times in the past year and are earning more than 3.5 million in annualized revenue. But really, the story here is about our clients. So this is John Bosco. He's one of our clients, and his story is the reason why we run our business. And we believe that one of the keys to our success and the way that we differentiate ourselves from our competitors is that we really value the long-term relationship with our clients beyond just the core loan product that we offer them. So unlike many of these competitors, we provide drivers with additional services like industry-leading rates on soft loans, connections to employers, credits during times of hardship, such as the COVID lockdowns, and access to other financial services. And so the reason why we actually became interested in Stellar is specifically for that last reason, to provide additional services. We believe that cryptocurrency can offer some much desired capabilities to our clients like John here. So our plan is to roll out value to clients in 3 phases over the next few years. And to get into a little bit more detail there, initially, we first plan to build and roll out a Stellar-powered wallet to a portion of our existing drivers. These early adopters would receive some stipend in the wallet from $1 to $10 worth of USDC or XLM, depending on the level of sponsorship that we can get from something like this grant. They would also, of course, be able to use the wallet to exchange assets on Stellar if they wanted to do something like hold USDC in order to have a better chance of defeating inflation when their own currency is being devalued very heavily. They can also pay down their ASAC loan without any transaction fees, and then they can withdraw or send money or off ramp basically through our existing mobile money network at a low transaction cost, and we would then facilitate that off ramp. In the next phase, once our drivers actually have the wallets, this is when we move on to the most important part of the project, which is rewarding safe driving behavior. One of the worst case scenarios for both ASAC and for our drivers is the accident. When an accident occurs, it can hurt or even kill the driver, and of course it damages the bike. So we believe that by rewarding drivers with a new asset that we're calling the ASAC safety coin, we can bring down the accident rate and save both lives and bikes. And so we'd be more than willing to invest in that ourselves because we believe that we'd save on reducing the accident rate. The new asset would be redeemable for USDC, so that incentivizes the client as an extra part of their income, and it would also be earned automatically as safety and driving data is uploaded from a GPS tracker that's already installed on our bikes to the cloud, and then it would be portioned off so that some data would be uploaded directly to the blockchain, some would be updated to a private network. Then in the long term, we also plan to monetize the information itself by selling driving reports to help drivers, bike purchasers, and employers. A driving report would be connected to a specific driver and bike, providing the aggregate data about the usage of that bike over some period of time by that specific driver. This is valuable to all parties. For employers, they'll be able to see how efficient and compliant a potential driver is. A buyer would be able to see how and where a bike was used, and a driver would be able to prove their driving history without actually doing any work in tracking any part of that history. So that's our plan, and that's a SOC. So thank you very much for having me, and I'll stop there for questions.
Thank you, Anthony, for presenting. This is a super unique use case. I have not really seen anything like it before. So, and really great that you already have progress, and this seems like a really newly identified market as well that hasn't really been tapped into. Great. So, okay, before I start ranting, does anyone have any questions or comments?
Are the drivers working for you, or you just own the bikes and they are on the streets, or they could be used by several people?
Yeah, so they don't work for us. They're out there. We source them in a few different ways. We have partnerships with some employers such as Bolt or Jumia or some of the more well-known entities, but basically companies that would hire drivers. And then we also just do outreach. We have a local operational presence, so we have billboards and TV advertisements and whatnot to spread the word, and then clients just come in to one of our offices to sign up, or they find us online and they sign up that way.
Okay, so you take care of the financial part of the vehicles until today. That was okay. Thanks.
Yes, and I mean we're still planning to do that on some. We also have relationships with debt providers separately from this, but we were hoping for something that would allow us to start to offer a cryptocurrency based service to our clients, so that we're not doing today. So we have these clients, they're already getting some value from us, but we believe that by giving them this additional functionality, it would help them even more. And so we thought that would be an interesting use case for starting to get into the ecosystem.
It really is. Thank you for the answers.
Of course, no problem.
Hey, congratulations on this. This is a brilliant idea. Just maybe it's I don't know, maybe you can't say, but what is your exposure on a bike to when you lease it? How much does it cost? What's the timeline on you getting your money back, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, absolutely. So our average bike is about 5 million shillings, which is close to I think $1,300 or so, $1,400. And we typically lease that over a period of 2 years. But we have been experimenting with dynamic pricing, where some clients will come in, they'll have more of an initial deposit or more of an appetite to repay quickly versus others. So that's been changing. But yeah, 2 years and 5 million shillings is kind of the baseline we've been working with for bike specifically. We also have other, we have other products such as smartphone loans, fuel loans, and the soft loans, some of which are value added only to clients who take on the primary loan, some of which are other primary products in the working, such as the smartphone. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, congratulations, man. It's fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, I think we have room for one last question or comment.
Yeah. I have a quick question. Is this model scalable to another country, or you're only focused in Uganda?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the question. I think it's definitely scalable to other countries. We're currently in the process of opening a location in Kenya, so that's going to be our first operational expansion outside of Uganda. But we definitely feel that the model would work across Africa. And one of the things we were hoping for with this wallet is to be able to give our clients a way to easily send money to their friends and family across borders that they don't have today.
Awesome. Well, I think we are on time, so thank you so much, Azak, for presenting. And I also can see, because it would probably be also interesting if you're still in the beginning of integrations, to see if we can maybe have a conversation with someone from our team to help you out with that. And I can also, if you're interested in Kenya, connect you with an anchor that it's like an on and off ramp provider to the Stellar network. that can perhaps
that would
help
be
you with
great.
the Kenyan shilling, because that's usually like with the crypto systems, and that's what Stellar is really good for, the on and off ramps in this space. Great. All right. I see also, Anthony, someone has a question in the chat, so please feel free to attend to that if you can, if you're able to. And we are going on with our next candidate pitch, which is Manila. Are the folks from Manila here? And please unmute yourself.
I'll look for it.
Hi, Anka. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes, I can hear you. Perfect. And I can see your screen as well. Feel free to start sharing.
Thank you very much.
All right, take it away.
Manila is a cross-payment app for migrants in Canada.
I don't see the full screen. One second, like it's not the full screen pitch deck is not shared. You might want to just yeah, I can see this screen, and then when I think you might. Yeah, I think when you click slideshow, it like opens up in full screen, so you might want to click to exit full screen. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, maybe just try this and then go on if that's possible.
Okay.
Because we don't see it when you try to do the slideshow.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Perfect.
So our focus is on migrants in Canada, and we're a startup looking to build infrastructure on the Stellar blockchain between Nigeria, India, and Canada, and applying the agile approach to our project. We've decided to focus on international students and then build out the migrant use case, the full migrant use case, as we proceed. The company started out in Thunder Bay and has been incubated at Lakehead University, where we have developed very deep partnerships. And the problem and market timing necessitated by the COVID-19 pandemic also saw us having to deal with unfavorable exchange rates, monthly caps for certain countries like Nigeria, where it became a problem to be able to transfer more than a certain amount of money. And then also the exorbitant transaction fees. The solution that we bring in is reduced cost, or at some time, and in some cases, based on our reward plan, no fees at all, on-demand foreign exchange availability, and faster time efficient processing. One of the things that has come out of the boot camp that we began to think about is using XLM as a peering currency, however risky that is. We have sought to push the conversation beyond this with the Stellar team to facilitate that. Our product also adds an additional KYC layer that helps us with complying with the Canadian government. We are a registered MSB. Our competition, basically looking at it from the international student frame, are Thomas Cook for Indian students, which make up about 60% of the total market of about 600,000 students. Lemonade Finance and Western Union, as we begin to iterate to our next phase, which is handling payment of tuition fees. We basically have gone through different processes, and recent among which was the hiring of a new development company to help us with building out the product. We're largely a research team at the moment, and looking to build out our project. And so you would see that it encapsulates a lot of third-party providers, which this bootcamp helped us to figure out. So we're going with Wire, MoonPay, and Flutterwave. We already have relationships with Flutterwave. And those are some of the things that we've been able to pencil out. Our product also basically deals with provides a P2P option for our users, which allows for rate choices for clients who can choose it allows them the possibility to choose their own rates, which is something that we found out from this bootcamp while we ran our user interviews. And I found that pretty helpful, so to speak. This is the prototype from the bootcamp, and I'm just going to speak over it for a few minutes. The prototype allows for us to be able to fund wallets, withdraw from wallets, to convert currencies, to send money using a P2P frame, to fund your wallet using a P2P frame, as well as interactions with the Stellar on the Stellar blockchain. So for our off-ramp, on-ramp operations to Nigeria, we already have partnerships with Flutterwave. And in Canada, we have partnerships with Interac. And so for the off-ramp APIs, we'll handle those, while the Stellar, on the Stellar blockchain, we seek at the moment to liaise with certain anchors that will allow us to pair, to use XLM as a peering device, so to speak. If we win the grant, or if the grant is granted to us, we're pretty open that we'll have a product in 90 days. And we have a budget yet set out, and we'll be able to engage with the community even further in driving value. Something else that I think is important, our team, we're non-tech founders. Austin and I are bankers in our background. And so we've had to learn a lot, and at the same time also leverage on technology partners, contractors in building what we intend to build. At the moment, we have partnerships that are very significant to our success. We have partnerships with Flutterwave, with Interac, with Lakehead University that has promised us about 2,000 of their 10,000 international students as an onboarding tool, particularly to Nigeria. And so in 90 days, we should have about 2,000 clients if we have the product already set out. Potential partners, which we learned, and very thankful to Priscilla from the Stellar Community Fund or Stellar Development Fund, would be Wire, MoonPay, and MoneyGram Access, which would allow us be able to handle certain interactions, particularly in Nigeria, for users who might want their beneficiaries to pay out cash. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Anke, and the whole Stellar Community Fund. And we look forward to engaging further. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're a bit over time, I saw. Time flies these days. But that was a great presentation. And thank you so much, Nehi. Nehi, is that how I pronounce your name? Sorry.
Yes, thank you. You're very good.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely like a great progress in the bootcamp as well. And yeah, Priscilla has great things to say. Awesome. So are there any questions for Manila? Please unmute.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Mataz here from Empire. Just a quick question. I heard you mentioning that you guys have are licensed, or you have a money service business, and then you mentioned this partnership with the ecosystem on Stellars. I'm just more curious to know, do you need to be, in order to operate in Canada, did you need to have your own MSP, or working with the others will sponsor this, or is it required to do so?
No, not necessarily, but just looking at our backgrounds, compliance is something that we want to be able to at all times be able to be compliant with. And so as a business, it's something that will somewhat be a requirement, particularly if we are needing to underwrite certain transactions using the fiat from the fiat end. And so we have looked at the compliance processes in Canada. And we find that one of the ways to be able to assuage is to overcomply as much as possible, particularly because we're also a migrant-led business.
Thank you.
It seems like we are on time, so if you have any more questions for Manila, please make sure to add them here in the chat. So thank you so much. This was a really great presentation, and I'm really impressed also with the amount of progress you made during the bootcamp alone. So I look forward to seeing what's coming next. Great. So next up is Wally. Wally, are you able to unmute yourself and share your screen?
Here. I am here. Yes. Let me share my screen. Entire screen.
You can see it.
It's there. Everyone
Yes.
sees it. Okay.
Yes. Take it away.
Well, okay. Hello, my name is Julian. I am the developer behind Wally, a booking system based on Stellar. Our objective is to promote a new economy based on people's passion, help them access a global market of online services, and promote the use of Stellar as a payment gateway. Traditional sites have high fees, they own your money, and you are subject to any change of their policy. We know that international payments are complex to handle and more people tend to move outside the city. Our solution is to build a web platform where people can book and offer their classes and sessions online. This is our booking flow. You can choose an experience of your desire, select a time, and pay for it. A decentralized booking system can be made in Stellar thanks to its technology. Under the hood, the server has two accounts. The first one is the master, responsible for the creation of an escrow with free signers, the customer, the host, and the audit account. This last one will be used to rule in favor of one of the parties if needed. It's in our policy not to charge any fees for bookings. Money is not our end. Money is a reward for building a good service. We want to allow people to save in the currency they want, help them grow and chase their dreams. Wally is intended for freelancers that want to break through conventional platforms, giving them back their ownership. We are building tools to make their life easier. We know that there are different needs and life is more joyful with our peers. That's why we want to create pages for teams and organizations too. But how are we going to make this if we don't plan to charge anything? It's in our heart to be community funded. So I present Ditch That Ad. It's our campaign to promote NFT cards. We want for early supporters to outstand in the first search results, have a unique design and give them the power to vote in upgrades. We want to encourage a system based in build to earn. But that's all, maybe not. We have other NFT use cases I want to talk. Besides cards, with NFTs, we can verify users to create the more trust in the platform. Also, we want to build ticketing system in NFT. It will work inside Wally and we want to offer it as an API service. It's our goal to offer the best we can, but for this, we need your support once again. Most of our users will be no crypto related, so we need to offer them payments that they are used to, credit cards. And we also want to expand our scope from one-to-one private sessions to up to 50 participants. The tech stack is the result of my journey at Stellar. We are distributed by design with scalability in mind, and we are planning to release our software as a business source license. My journey started back then in 2021 from a tech talk about building a Stellar wallet, and since then I've been developing and learning from the ecosystem and its community. I want to thank the Stellar community and especially Tyler and Silence and the freelancers involved in the development. This wouldn't be possible without all of them. That's all.
Thank you so much for presenting. Is it Julian or Julian? Yes.
Yeah, Julian.
Perfect. Yeah, because I only know Discord names these days, and I'm like, Jules. Great. Well, thank you so much. It was a great presentation. What an improvement also from last time. I mean, it was also great, but definitely I see that you've worked a lot on the progress and on the project and made a lot of progress so far. It's great to see. Awesome. Are there any questions for Wally? If not, I can ask something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, who are there similar projects like this out there, or sort of platforms that do this stuff already, or is this completely new?
No, it's not completely new. There are some platforms that do this kind of stuff, but they are all Web 2 related. They have high commissions. This is, like a merge between Web 2 and Web 3, an upgrade. But yeah, on Web 3, until today, I don't know any other platform.
Thank you.
Awesome. And when do you think you will start reaching out or start getting users?
All the ecosystem works inside Cloud for Workers, and I use most of their tech in alpha. And I'm developing a relationship with them, and I want also to partner with them. And they don't recommend to release this as a production level yet. I am thinking to, like, in 2-3 months to start reaching for users.
Awesome.
Because is the challenge that so well done on the project. It's just is the challenge that you want to reverse into the States, because to build an audience in the States is very, very pricey. Is there some sort of sectors in Asia where you can give them the opportunity to put their lessons on one-to-one, like yogi and all that sort of stuff, which could bring the American audience in, which means to grow organically via, for instance, Asia means it'll be cheaper for you to get a bigger audience rather than going in at tier 1 markets.
Yeah, I'm thinking more in a global market. I'm from Latin America, and all this project is intended for people from here, that we struggle a lot with coins and inflation and all that stuff. So this is a tool to make a saving to save more money, to open to a global economy, and don't be I have a lot of issues with Pioneer. One day they changed the policy and I got my frozen account for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But this is based on my experience, and this is a future I want to create, basically. And I want to, my market will be Latin America in the first place.
Well, if you can find someone who can teach me how to do the tango, you can count me in. I'm your first customer.
Oh, okay. You will be offering consulting?
No, I want to learn how to dance the tango.
Okay. You want to learn? So I will look for some tango teachers then.
Yeah.
I know one. I know one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. There also seems to be, Julian, there seems to be a question in the chat as well. So if you can, time's up, but if you can, please you respond in chat. Yeah.
General, no.
No, in the event chat. Do you see it? It's on the right-hand corner of the Discord pitches.
Right.
Yeah, it's the upper right corner. It's like a little chat icon.
Yeah, and like.
Do you see it? It's like an upper right.
No. Can you read for me, please?
Okay. Yeah. So I can. Well, I mean, we are on time. So basically, it's like in the upper right corner of the screen on Discord. You see it?
I just found it. I never used it before. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Should the NFT API useful for those not using?
Yeah. If you can answer on the chat, that will be amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Julian, and that's a great presentation. Our next candidate is going to be Empouch. Empouch team, are you ready to present? Empouch team? Let me see.
Yes, you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, so I need to share my screen first.
Awesome, yeah, I can see it. So I can't hear the audio on the, but if you're going to talk over it, that's also good. I can't hear the audio from the video that you're sharing. Are you able to just speak?
Yes, you're not hearing the audio?
I'm hearing your mic, like your audio, not the video audio. Yeah, but I mean, if you're able to just speak over it since you're here, that will be amazing. Would that be possible?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. I don't know. You don't see my screen, right? That's the problem. If I
Yeah, I can see your screen, but when you played the video, I couldn't hear the sound. But it's better if you can actually talk over, so that just like the video. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know how much you heard, but thank you again for this opportunity to present Empouch. My name is Mu'taz Al-Abeid, and I'm the founder of Empouch. I'm a Lebanese immigrant living in the United States, and like millions of Lebanese diaspora, I regularly send money back home to help my parents overcome the latest financial crisis and currently inflation, and that left the majority of people effectively outbanked, completely excluded from the global financial system.
Your slide deck isn't showing, so you have to go to the slide deck tab real quick. Yeah, that's it. And then you can change slides here. Perfect.
I want a slide. That's challenging, unfortunately. But yes, this story, as you hear, is not unique. Over billions of people worldwide is still unbanked, like my parents back home.
Taz, I can't hear you anymore. I think you might have some, I don't know, maybe some issues with your mic. I'm not sure why.
I was just hearing nice, and I just asked the question, but I don't know what happened. Now you hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but you went away for a minute.
I know when I do the slide, when I flip the slide, that's what's happening. But even we tested the other day, it was working. That's.
I think I mean, why don't you try to like open up kind of the Empouch tab on another window, and then you basically share another window. Like you just pull it out. Yeah, now we can see this. Can you speak? I can't hear you right now. Are you speaking? Yeah, you know,
Yes, when I switch to the slide, that's what's happening, Anke, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think why don't we actually let someone else go first, and perhaps if you want to actually download the Discord desktop app, or someone else can perhaps share the screen. I think that might fix it. Let's do that. So then we give you a few minutes to kind of change your setup.
Okay.
I think yeah, because like desktop has that. All right, and if someone else from Empowered wants to kind of help them, or I can also help them, that would be great. So feel free to stop sharing for now, and then we'll give you a few more minutes to change your setup. All right. All right, a few technical difficulties, folks, but let's move on to the next candidate for now, BTF platform.
All right, sharing screen. How's that?
Yeah, perfect. Take it away.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Lou Morgan. I'm co-founder and CTO of Blocktime Financial. In 2017, my co-founder Bruce Rosenheimer and I launched Blocktime Financial as a core back office infrastructure provider after years of research on the blockchain technology. Having both come from the capital markets industry, we knew that blockchain technology would revolutionize the financial industry. Our executive team consists of Bruce, myself, Lou, Ted Rolfs, and Rick Reuter. We each have 30 plus years of experience in the capital markets, trading, and the banking industry. We're very proud of our advisory board. John Bruss is our managing principal and CEO at Fortress Partners. He provides 50 plus years of experience in commercial banking, finance, and investment banking. Elliot Berman is a compliance attorney and brand content manager at AML RightSource. John Lyons is a McKinsey consultant and the former chief national bank examiner for the OCC. Ian Ainsworth is an expert in tech acquisition and startup assistance and is currently chairman of Neat.com. The problem. Blocktime. Today's blockchain solutions for Stellar are generally geared towards individual users. The Stellar use cases tend to be focused. There's little or no reporting available for regulatory compliance and audit trail reports, and there's really no complete business infrastructure platform. Blocktime Financial Solution is a complete enterprise-grade middle and back office core for Stellar. It includes client dashboards, admin dashboards, asset issuance and transfers, single and mass payments, reporting and statements, compliance reports, CRUD for users, asset, documents, and organizations, multiple signing transaction options, Stellar administration, direct marketing, airdrops, and rewards, and we will have Soroban contracts in Q2 of 23. We're very excited about that project and will participate in the ecosystem. We were in Turrets, and just an FYI, Soroban Stellar Quest starts tomorrow. In a nutshell, we do the not so cool but have to have operations minutia in the back end for a business, providing them with who did what, where, why, and how, so they can focus on comfortably using all the Stellar functionality. Our vision: everything that happens on Wall Street today will occur on the blockchain in the near future. Our traction. We're very happy to announce that we are live with a federally regulated North American bank as of October 31st. We are starting 2 pilot programs with publicly traded U.S. banks. We have a strong partner in Virtual Strongbox, providing us with secure off-chain storage for financial institutions. We fully integrate with Circle's USDC and Coinbase for trading and custody. And now I'll present a little movie on our platform. Our client dashboard is set up like a familiar online banking app with accounts, balances, and histories. Our admin dashboard consists of 21 user features, 12 system admin functions, 22 Stellar admin functions, and 25 organizational functions. We have multiple bespoke reports and compliance reports and user case applications. Some of the cool things, we have claimable balances with all predicates available. We have a single form, simple sign for asset issuance. We have clawback enabled with Protocol 19. We have known address scanning for any payments that come in and out. We have trading on the Stellar DEX. And we have swapping with liquidity pool deposits and withdrawals for AMMs. We have a batch upload for client adding to the platform. We can send mass payments to clients on our platform. We also can send mass payments to clients that have assets on the Stellar blockchain. We have a smart contract for loan processing that was on Turrets. We'll port that to Soroban. We're fully integrated with Coinbase. We have all their API functionality built into the platform. Of course, we support multiple signatures on the accounts. And we have a complete organization update for settings to white label the system.
Awesome. I think we're coming up time soon.
Okay. I guess our grant request is for $125,000 for 2 additional developers, backend cleanup, API documentation, and adding Muxt accounts to the platform, and to add 1 sales and marketing person to help us out. That's it. We're open for questions.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Great. And definitely, we worked together on the bootcamp as well. We made an amazing new website. So great. So there's a few questions here already from Tyler Mitchell. Tyler, do you want to unmute, or should I just say it in chat? Happy to do both.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. Yeah.
We're targeting very large financial, medium to large financial institutions, credit unions, banks, investment banks, family offices. We'd like to get some traction going with that area, and then kind of roll out a smaller downsized platform for small businesses that we can basically roll out anywhere.
Do you also plan to launch any new products?
I think we've got our plate full right now, but we have a lot of most of our clients at this point want some professional services. They want to tweak the platform to do specific things within their organization. So we'll probably add those bespoke for them. Let's see. What are the major blockers that prospects have given on feedback on? So part of the problem that we see for adoption is 1, regulatory guidance. 2, is your software can I do my regulatory and compliance reports? And 3, how am I gonna get transition my 9 to 5 banking investment banking operation to a 24/7 365 operation? It's a big job. Blockchain brings a whole new dimension to the financial world that's used to 9 to 5, 5 days a week. A lot of nuances.
Great.
Yep.
Awesome.
And boot camp was great. Anka was our facilitator there. We worked on a new website. We've got that out for bid, and we thank you for that. It was really neat. So hopefully we'll have a new website up in the next couple of weeks.
That's great. Yeah, no, looking forward.
Do I have time for our last question?
Yeah, let's do one more question. Yes.
How do you see Soroban contracts helping you with your products? Because you mentioned it, sure.
Yeah. So we've got a loan servicing contract that we wrote that was running on our servers. We ported that to Turrets, and we're very interested in porting that to Soroban when we get that going. We see a huge market for programmable money and programmable assets. Really, there's all kinds of things you can do, from royalty payments to loan servicing, syndication of loans, escrow accounts, custom escrow accounts with multiple parties, multiple signers. We see that as a huge opportunity.
Hey, thank you for the answers. I understand.
Yep.
There's some more questions, Lou. We do have to move forward since you also started on the 11th mark. Moataz, are you able to present now? And thank you so much, BTF platform team, for presenting. It's really great to hear from you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Moataz, can you unmute? Or
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect.
Yep. So you see my presentation?
No, you haven't shared your screen yet.
Sorry, we went through technical challenge here. Maybe I'll ask one of my team from there to share the screen, because for some reason it's not working.
Yeah, you might want to just check your settings, your privacy settings.
Because
you want another?
It was working,
Yeah, I think you might try to go to your privacy settings on your computer, and then you can basically allow access to your microphone, video, and screen share for Discord. Yeah, but I can have someone else go first if
yeah, I think that will be great, because we just did it, and then it looks like it's supposed to be working, but we're testing it. But thank you very much for your flexibility.
You can send the slide deck to me. I will present it and share my screen here.
Well, that will be fabulous if really we can do that. So what I can drop it to whom?
You can send it to this email address.
That's great, BC. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Or I can drop it here. I didn't get your email address.
I'm typing it right here now.
All right. Well, while we get that set up, let's have another project, I guess, go first. And Pouch is already sharing. Andrea is already sharing.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, we can go for that.
Great. Well, I love the love here. Thank you, BC, and thank you for everyone's kind of help and support and flexibility. It seems like we are up on Empouch, so yeah, take it away.
Cool. If I can see the screen, that will be great. So maybe I will start from here. If I want to make sure that the video is opening, first of all, or I can read it from here.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to present Empouch.
Sound is not working on the video.
All right, so I'll start, and maybe Andrea can help me walk through the slide. Thank you, Anke, for your flexibility, and thank you, everyone, for bearing with us today. My name is Mu'taz Al-Ubaid, and I am a Lebanese immigrant living in the United States. And like millions of Lebanese diaspora, I regularly send money back home to help my parents overcome the latest financial crisis and currency inflation that the country left the majority of people effectively outbanked and completely excluded from the global financial system. Currently, I use traditional money transfer agencies. As most of you know, they are inefficient, time-consuming, and very expensive. This story is not unique. You heard a lot like this today, and still over 1 billion people worldwide are like my family, still unbanked. They cannot access loans, save for the future, and invest in opportunity, or even ensure that their money is safe. Yet, 2/3 of them own a mobile devices. And here is where the opportunity lies. An estimated $12 trillion of a sleeping giant. With 100% mobile phone penetration by 2025, people are leapfrogging traditional banking system and going mobile with their money. Our solution to this problem is a mobile money wallet that makes sending money as easy as sending a WhatsApp message, allowing users to easily store cash, instantly receive and send money, safely make payment, all from their mobile device at their convenience. Empouch will also help onboard the unbanked and pave the way toward financial inclusion. We launched our app in the US last May, and now we want to open it globally. And in order to do so, we needed a robust, powerful, borderless, and limitless infrastructures, and here is where Stellar comes in. Stellar is perfectly suited and aligned with our mission of empowering the unbanked and providing equitable access to the modern economy. The latest partnership with MoneyGram brought a critical component of the ecosystems. And that's what we wanted to leverage. I want to tell you briefly about our team before we jump into the demo. So I came from the World Bank with years of experience designing and building enterprise-level solutions. Our team is also well suited to solve this problem. We have combined 30 plus years of experience in fintech, behavior science, sales, and marketing. And without further ado, I want to jump to the demo. I just want to also remind you that our app is currently available in the United States. And we are currently, I already have an account. I created an account and I can easily add fund to my wallet. I can specify the amount, choose the payment option with my bank account already created. I have it there with BNC Bank. Boom, money added to my wallet. And now I can send money to people in my contact like I do, like sending WhatsApp message on a daily basis. I can specify the amount, add note. I can also pay my freelancers, developers who are helping me building Empouch as well. And as you see here, I can confirm, boom, money sent borderless. Recipient can also cash out, and this is where MoneyGram comes in. And as you see, they can cash out. We mocked up this, and I actually did this here in the United States, and I tried to get money, and I did get money. You see, you generate a reference number, and the money is ready for cash pickup. It comes through notification, and on the notification tells you the reference number, and with that reference number and ID, you can easily go and get your cash from MoneyGram. Thank you very much for your time and for your flexibility, bearing with us to set up the technical issue. Thank you, Andrea, too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for presenting. Oh, go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, thank you for that presentation. That was great. I'm glad we all, came together and figured it out. That's what we're all here for. And I also see, let me see, Elise here. I believe, I saw her. Yeah, I see her here. She's in the audience. So thank you, Elise, for coming as well and facilitating Empouch. Great. In the last boot camp, sorry. So amazing. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, I see Carlos has a question. Carlos, do you want to unmute yourself?
Okay. Yes, my question is, well, first of all, congratulations. And second, did you get a direct connection to MoneyGram or you do it via SendWire?
Yes, thank you for this question. No, we did it through Wire, and then we also tried to do it directly with them as well. But with Wire, we were able to really cover launch in the US, in Europe, UK, Australia. We cover all this country. Last week, we launched it. It's live now.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Also because that was during the boot camp?
Yes, actually, during the bootcamp, we were already started with Wire, but during the bootcamp, we were prototyping that feature to allow us to go on from a custodial to non-custodial. So Lebanese and people, our users in the Middle East and North Africa, they can use it. With the Wire, we are limited to what Wire covers: US, Europe, which is mainly the countries that the inflow of money comes in remittance. Toward those countries where the majority of the unbanked needed the money.
Looking forward to that. Any more questions?
A quick question. For cross-border payment, does the recipient client needs to have your app?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the whole goal is not about sending money, is about onboarding the other side when we use remittance as a mechanism for that, because people like myself, I regularly send money back home, but I send it to 5-6 people in my family. All of them are unbanked. All of them are mobile people. They have mobile devices.
Okay. So how do you do the onboarding of linking different bank accounts from different countries? Do you have to navigate through multiple regulatory regime? Because normally, for instance, in the US, you can't, if you are not based in the US, you cannot link a US bank account, right?
Right. So basically, we're working in the US. Yes, you can link your bank account. We work with Wire, Plaid. Through Plaid, you can link your bank account. We already integrate with the Plaid, and then it covered all the US. So that's what we launched last May. Last week, we launched in Europe with partnership with Wire, because Wire take care of the linking bank account, and they have through SIPA in Europe. And a bank account can be linked, KYC'd, and then we use one currency for now, USDC, and down the road we'll add the euro and other euro coin. But this is the first currency that we are working with, USDC.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sure.
So yeah, I just want to ask: Are you on Android and iOS, or Android only?
Android and iOS. Yes, we're live on both.
Do you find there a big difference in user acquisition for iPhone and Android in terms of cost?
Yeah, that's a very good question. In terms of cost, no. In terms of the demography, user on the other side, majority of them, the recipient, the unbanked, are an Android users, versus those who send money from here, like myself. I'm an iOS user, and the majority of remitters are the same, has more, but the same.
Cool. So we are actually on time. So please continue the conversation in the Mpouch project post in the SCF 11 channel, and definitely get in touch and connect with one another. All right. So we are a little bit behind schedule, about 8 minutes, but our next project candidate will be Elsa Wallet. So I believe there's a few people on board from Elsa Wallet or from Elsa Care. So feel free to unmute and share your screen.
Perfect. Can you see my screen at the moment?
Let me open it. Okay, it's loading. Oh, yeah, perfect. You should be all set. Take it away.
Of just over 100 million people born in the Philippines, 50 million of them are involved in remittance dynamics. They're overseas Filipinos living and working abroad to take care of their families, or the remittance receptors, using these to provide for themselves and their households. My name is Nacho, and I'm the CEO at Elsecure, a team of talented and experienced builders developing a platform to reimagine a completely broken dynamic to help over 50 million Filipinos in their daily finances. 53% of the Filipino population remains unbanked. For many years, rural areas have been completely left behind by the financial system. This has resulted in a massive gap in wealth and opportunities. These people, in a large proportion, are financially dependent on a member of their household emigrating and earning overseas. And with 10 million plus Filipinos sending from abroad a year, a total of $36 billion, these remittances have become a lifeline to them and to their country, making it the third largest remittance market in the world. However, the sending and receiving of this fund is a detestable process. 7% of the transferred money vanishes in fees. It takes over 24 hours to receive this funds. And if the receiver is unbanked, the money has to be collected at the remittance centers, with the obvious time and security issues attached. But once received, also the storing of this money and later use of it is completely rudimentary. Recipients can't keep these funds in checking accounts or spend using cards. They don't earn from their savings. They can't prepare for emergencies through financial or insurance products, nor can they even access fair credit options. This, in 2022, is completely unacceptable. And here is where ELSA comes in, a two-way platform for a two-way relationship. For migrant workers, we are their favorite remittance all-in-one app to transfer money or purchase services without a fixed fee and at the best rate. By removing commissions, we have empowered more than 10,000 Filipinos in Europe to send what their families need when they need it most. For remittance recipients, on the other hand, we are a wallet allowing them to receive, withdraw, spend, and even earn from their remittances, as well as manage their family finances in a one-stop shop solution. At its core, the ELSA wallet is a non-custodial wallet revolutionizing the reception of overseas funds and the off-ramping experience for those whose lifeline depends on cross-border inflows. Our wallet allows them to receive remittances, withdraw them at over 10,000 remittance locations and pawn shops, and even shop to earn rewards in-app through our nationwide partner network composed by 15,000 merchants. And in the near future, we will be allowing users to hold their remittance funds in local currency token, PHP, or in USDC to hedge inflation, and save their balance in volts to generate yields. All in all, ELSA Care makes cross-border care flexible, social, and easy through a platform where overseas Filipinos and their loved ones chat, request, and track their remittances in one place. And this simplicity is embedded in everything we do, as we aim to bridge the technological gap, and provide the benefits of decentralized blockchain payments protocol to non-crypto savvy migrant workers and their family members back home, local rural populations. And so far, so good. Throughout the last 6 months, we have helped over 10,000 users transact over $1 million in micropayments between Europe and the Philippines. But personally, I take pride in how much love our customers have shown to us, continuously rating us 5 stars in the stores. And this is all made possible through Stellar, which allows us to outperform competitors with outdated both tech stacks and business models by providing us access to interbank rates, negligible transaction costs, and instant settlements for all transactions. Today, through Stellar, we're able to on-ramp euros and fiat, exchange to USDC, and finally pay out in Filipino pesos. But this is only the start. Our decentralized SEP24 wallets will ensure that cross-border payments not only pass through the Stellar network, but actually remain on-chain to generate more value to the user, to us, and to the overall Stellar ecosystem. In the Philippines, the lack of access to a financial system has dragged a large portion of the population behind. With the help of the SCF funds, we will have the right tool, the right infrastructure, and the right dynamic to make remittances more fair for migrants and the financial system more accessible for their loved ones back home. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nacho, for your presentation. This is really great. I think I've seen ELSA Care in the SCF 10 as well. Previous SCF, I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but as well. And every time I'm just really astonished by the amount of progress you made. And also like the like the new updates and the new like upcoming like future updates seem really interesting and bring in a lot of value for your users. So great. So great work. Are there any questions from the audience?
I have a question. Congratulations, it looks impressive, and 10,000 users is really impressive. I mean, what are you looking for? I mean, what are your plans to do with the grant money?
So I think, as per my presentation, we have launched the remittance app and we're quickly scaling on that side. We're quickly growing here in Europe, and we plan to grow in other markets like in Canada, the US, and Australia, which are big markets for Philippine migrants. But actually, the money from the Stellar grant would be actually directly implemented or directed to implement our wallet on the recipient side, right? The first implementation of our SEP24 wallet, which we would roll out in the first Q of next year. And from there, we would take it on to add more and more services, as I just presented, to add yields, to add spending directly through QRs, through cards. So it's our first step into what we envisioned, similarly to the previous project that Andrea just presented, a receiver wallet for the unbanked who are actually receiving remittances from abroad.
Thank you.
All right, that's great. And I believe you also received a marketing grant, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Awesome.
we received the marketing grant, and I think Elise is here, so thanks
Yes,
for
she's
that.
here.
And I think and that she was of great help. And I recommend anyone who's looking to scale their solution on Stellar to really apply to the marketing grant program. Very helpful.
Awesome. Elise, you wanted to unmute? I saw you.
Oh no, I was just saying hi. This was great to watch because yeah, obviously we've worked on the remittance solution that you have built. So this is great to see how the product is continuing to improve. So great work, and yeah, hit me up for marketing grants.
Right.
Awesome. Well, you heard it. At least you might have something coming, some inflow coming. So great. I think we are. So thank you. Any last questions? I believe we have 1 minute left. If not, then we thank you so much, Nacho and the LCCAR team for this amazing presentation. We are ready for our last candidate of the candidate pitches in total and of this session, MythForge. Well, are you ready to present? Awesome. Yeah, I can see your screen. Take it away. Can you unmute yourself too? I can't hear your voice. I can't hear your voice.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just had to set my microphone. Okay, so MythForge is a game that we got the SCF grant on the number 10. We're applying for number 11 now. And MythForge is a planned MMORPG being made that's going to be featuring exploration, looting, crafting, community, and NFTs. We're using the Unreal Engine and also using a few other plugins that have made development a lot easier, like something called OWS plugin, as well as a few other tools that we have access to that make it possible. So who we are is just a really tiny team so far. We're just creating a prototype right now. We have myself. I have a degree in music. I'm also a full-time software developer and game designer. My partner has a degree in human resource management and is working for us as a marketer. And then finally, we have a more recent connection that we created with HPL Game Design. And they are an experienced team that create 3D assets and animations and other assets that are needed for game development. This is going to be quite important for us going forward because we are aiming for a Kickstarter campaign, and so it's really important to have good-looking custom 3D assets in order to attract backers. So why are we using NFTs? I think that NFTs are going to be a lot more important for games in the future. They're going to be a way for players to show off their items that they have. There'll also be a way. It'll be a way for players to make sure their in-game items are secure and prevent hackers from getting access to their account and then sending away their items. This sort of adds an extra layer of security. Also in the future, with something like Soroban smart contracts or any other sort of smart contracts, we have the opportunity to allow players to rent out their game items to other players and earn some sort of rental income off of that. And then finally, I think it's just a really fun and cool idea to be able to have your in-game items be an NFT and link it onto websites and other places. There's a lot more usage that could be made with this. So this we've finished our prototype for linking the game to the Horizon API. It's now possible to craft a modular weapon in the game. You can select the different pieces you want to use, add them together. You can play a mini game to try boost its stats. If its stats are high enough, then you have the option to mint it as an NFT. And so we've connected to the Freiter wallet, and the whole link has been finished in our last in August. And so now players are able to create in-game items, link them to an NFT, and then their inventory, their in-game inventory is being scanned. Or sorry, their Stellar Wallet wallet is scanned, and any items that are found are added to their in-game inventory. So it's all very much from within the game. The only time they need to go outside the game is when they are actually going to pay for creating the NFT. So that's going to be actually one of the ways that we plan to have revenue. When players create NFTs, they're going to be paying us a fee, a scaling fee, depending on the rarity of the item they're trying to turn into an NFT. We're also going to be selling cosmetic items and some minor convenience items. But I think the main focus will be on collecting a small minting fee that players will pay whenever they want to create their NFT items. One question we often get asked is, do we have plans for any custom token offering? I know a lot of games, blockchain games, have their own custom tokens, and then that's one of the ways they make money is by allocating a portion of those custom tokens to themselves. We don't have any plans for that. I want to keep things simple, so we're going to be using just XLM only, Stellar only, and keeping it simple for players to enjoy the game. So our roadmap for the future is by December, planning on having a public prototype that people can log into and play and start creating some NFTs. In March is when we have our Kickstarter campaign planned. December, hopefully a closed alpha, and then by June 2024 is when we'll have the public beta and start opening up more features. Our main focus right now is on this Kickstarter campaign, and that's the purpose of our grant. This for our grant for Stellar number 11 is focused on making our Kickstarter campaign successful. So some of the things we need in preparation for this is we need to advertise and get word about our game out before we actually start the Kickstarter campaign. We need to build a following on social media so that people will know the Kickstarter is happening and be willing to back it. Another big thing we need to do is we need to refine our NFT minting pipeline. We want to integrate a few other wallets, at least one more wallet, and we also need to address some of the limits we have on some things like the TOML file and speed up the whole process. Right now it takes a bit too long, so we're hoping to speed up the minting process. And the last thing I'll talk about is why this is important for Stellar, why we should get backing. So a lot of people just are really interested in Stellar. They think of it as just a finance-only blockchain, only for remittances, which are important. But I think that it would be great to attract more people to this ecosystem. We'd be creating a new use cases, and then we'd be highlighting Stellar as a place that's not just for finance, but also for games, and hopefully create a more vibrant gaming ecosystem.
Great. I think we're on time.
Thanks. Yep. If you have any questions, let me know.
Awesome. I seem to time it perfectly. Thank you so much, Peter. That was a great presentation. I have seen MythForge come along for a few times. I think not in the SCF, but every time I see so much growth on your end, and I'm really looking forward to that proof of concept. So do share when you're able to. Great. I think Matthias, I see you put a comment in the chat. Do you want to quickly unmute or have a question? Also not necessary, of course. All right. Well, I'll open the
I have a
floor
question.
for questions.
I want to say congratulations, Peter, because I also have seen your project many times in the past, and you are a pioneer in game developing for Stellar. Are there any other? So there is another one in this round called Fan War, but do you know any other game which is using Stellar, like game playing in this sense, with characters?
You mean any games that are using Stellar?
Yes.
So I do know that there is Lightmint. They have a card game. As far as that, I don't know any other games that are built in Stellar. So if you know of any, then let me know.
Yes, and then for your crowdfunding campaign, are you accepting XLM or what is it? Have you already planned it?
Oh, crowdfunding campaign. No, that would be on Kickstarter, so that would be fiat only. That's a good idea, though. Definitely something to look into is accepting other forms of crowdfunding. And then I've just seen Matthias's comment. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of custom tokens. When talking to gamers and people who play games, and they are very much against NFTs. That's actually one of the major hurdles we have to overcome, is that gamers are very against it, and they've been scammed in the past. And so I think that having custom tokens is kind of a sign of being a scam. And it's just something I want to avoid. I want to keep things simple and just put the focus on the game and use NFTs as just a feature. Sorry, use NFTs as a side feature, not the main feature.
Awesome. Any more questions?
Yeah, I thought someone there was a project that was presented earlier in the morning. A gentleman from France that was also developing a gaming a gaming solution on the Stellar blockchain. I can't remember the name of that.
Yes, Kader Games.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think their project is quite different from ours because their project is focused on game creators, whereas mine is focused on players. So players will be creating items and using the items just in my game. They won't be creating their own games.
Great.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
A minute left, Anke?
What?
Do I have a minute left to say anything?
Okay, yeah, a minute left. Come on, let's get it out.
Start counting. So Peter, my comment was just because when you are creating games and using tokenomics plays a part in creating the games economy. You're right when you say gamers are against using NFTs because they see it just for speculation purposes. But if you're serious about game creation and creating worlds using gamified aspects, then you need to design your tokenomics around it, because you need independence of the native assets found in the blockchain itself to your own gaming tokens, and let's not say NFTs, but assets that you will be designing and composing, just as armor or helmets or any type of weapon. you need that type of flexibility, and that's why you need to design, put some thought into the tokenomics, and actually do the custom tokens path, or else you'll be severely restricted in the future for what you may want to do, and also the cost associated with handling the game economy itself, as well as scaling when you have a lot of users.
So I think the main idea is that players will be the ones who create the items. I'm not gonna be creating any items at all. We'll be putting the creation part in the hands of the gamers. And as far as I know, there isn't any extra cost to using just XLM or using a token built on XLM. There isn't any additional cost to doing that. Maybe I don't completely understand it yet. You can let me know.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So I think you meant the token built on Stellar, right? Because XLM is the Stellar's native asset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we have no plans to create a custom token built on Stellar. We're just going to use Stellar directly.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Well, it seems like, thank you so much for your presentation, MythForge. It seems like we are on time, actually, and finishing up the candidate pitches. This was the last session of candidate pitches. Let me see if I can just quickly go to my screen. Basically, this is not the end of all community discussion. The community discussion continues on the SCF 11 forum channel. So if you have, please connect with one another, ask questions like this. This is only to kickstart, and then, this is a continuing process. So make sure to check that out. You can say something nice, you can ask questions, or give feedback, and yeah. Awesome. So after this, so next week the community vote period starts. You can still continue the discussion, but the verified members will also be able to vote during a period of like 3 weeks, I believe, where on which candidates they want to see grow into ecosystem and get their grants. And if you want to be part of this, you can actually apply to become SCF verified. Current applicants, current SCF 11 submitters or candidates are not able to vote for obvious reasons, but definitely you can vote in the next time. But anyone who is not, there's a certain benchmarks of qualifications you can find in the SCF handbook, and it's also linked in a channel on the SCF Discord. So check that out. We'd love to grow this community, and keep up to date and learn more. Stick around, and I look forward to seeing you all soon again. Awesome! Thank you so much. Thank you for staying.
Thank you. Bye-bye.